Peace, peace, peace. I want to share something that was very impactful for me from the documentary Christspiracy. Man, that documentary, it really got me. All those documentaries really get to me. But the very beginning of the documentary, it has a quote that says something, not verbatim, but it says something within the energy that there is 1,000 of people, of others, basically jabbing at the branches of evil to one person jabbing at the actual root. And that really, I feel like that really puts into perspective how, what I like to say, how backwards people tend to do things most times, where they place band-aids on things and think that they're making, I don't want to say that they think they're making a difference, because regardless, everything is playing a role. I'm never ever going to undercut that everything is serving a purpose. And all those 1,000 people are serving their purpose. What I'm saying is how different things would be if we were to not just think about placing band-aids on things, if we were to come from the perspective and the perception of really fully getting down to the root of what's causing X, Y, and Z. Because I feel like that's exactly what has been going on for all of this time. I don't even know how many years, I don't know how many centuries, I don't know how many generations. It's been for so long already that everyone goes after the branches of the trees of evil instead of going directly to the root. It's like working harder, not smarter. It's working triple, not once. It makes no sense. It's like, kind of, imagine right now, I'm in the jungle right now. Imagine all these trees, someone right now trying to get down this large tree, this really extremely large tree. And they're going after the branches and working hard and diligently, attacking these branches, cutting off every single branch. And could spend years and years and years and their whole entire life. A branch just fell. Something just fell. I trust you heard that. I don't know what it was. Attacking all of these branches, working so diligently, giving your entire life at this cause. But the whole time, it doesn't, I don't want to say it doesn't make a difference, but at the end of the day, the whole trunk is still there. Its roots are still growing down below. They're still thriving beneath the soil. And if you think in so many different ways of this life, how we live this life, down to what we eat, down to how we do things, down to how we educate ourselves, down to how we believe, the programs of the belief systems, down to all these limitations and lack, and giving away our power, giving away control over ourselves to something outside of us, seeking things outside of us, looking for things outside of us when we're the only ones that hold those answers that we need for our life journey. It's different if we're looking for an object. But at the same time, I have found so many things that I've physically lost just by tuning into myself and connecting with the spiritual forces that I know exist, and release it over to say, I mean, there's many different things many different ways and many different things that I might say based on that moment. But I literally turn it over to whatever it is outside of me to also help guide me, my subconscious mind that knew where I placed that lost item, that knows exactly where it saw it last. My energy that can pick up on that energy of wherever it is that that object is. And normally, usually, most times when I let it go and when I trust that it's going to pop up exactly when I need it, it literally does. And it pops up a place that I had already looked, where it's like, I knew you were here. And it just lets me know too, like, there's something beyond me that is moving things around in this physical world also. Because this physical world isn't everything that we think it is. And there's way more spiritual than there is physical. Everything is spiritual. I mean, in a sense, sometimes I find a little bit of resistance saying the word spiritual, because everything is spiritual. We can't try to be spiritual. We just are. We are spirit. We're not this body. We're spirit. But we get so trapped and locked in this programmed belief that everything is physical. And if we don't see it, then you don't believe it. But it's actually it's the opposite. It's backwards. And that's one of the things that we do backwards, where we have allowed ourselves to be tricked into this belief that believe it. You first see it and then you can believe it. But first you're meant to believe it and then you can see it. And it doesn't even have to mean once you believe it, you don't even have to see it. And that's the thing too, because there's many things that exist that you can't see. And that also contradicts that one saying that they say, I'll believe it, I'll see it, and then I'll believe it. No, no, no. How many things in this world can you not see? Can you see my words? Can you see this air that I'm breathing? This oxygen that's feeding my lungs right now? Can you see my thoughts that are coming out through my words? Can you hear my sound? I mean, can you see my sound, my tone of voice? Can you see all my thoughts? There's so much. Can you see my heart that's pumping in my chest right now? Can you see? There's so much that we can't see, but it exists. And it contradicts that entire saying of see it and then believe it. No, 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 no. First we believe it and then we'll see it, and we don't even have to see it at that point. That's the thing. You don't even have to see it when you believe it. You just know it already to exist, because our mind is so powerful and so intelligent that it doesn't even know the difference. It doesn't know the difference. And that's another thing, that there's so many things that I don't joke about. I don't imagine. I don't what if. Oh, what if this, what if that? No, the only what ifs I'm doing is like, ooh, what if this? What if that? Not like, what if this? What if? No, 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 no. I don't fill myself with any what ifs that I don't want to come true, that I don't want to create, because I know how powerful I am. And why? Because our mind does not know the difference. That's why when you meditate and you imagine things, or if you're watching a movie and you're feeling all the intensity of that movie, of the events, of the sadness, that's why movies can make you cry. That's why movies can make you cry. Yesterday I was bawling like a little baby with the Christspiracy movie, because I was feeling all of that as though I was actually experiencing all of those emotions for myself. My mind did not know the difference. That's why I was able that's why I was able to cry, because I felt it so deeply. Even though I wasn't in the movie, even though I wasn't there physically, even though I wasn't the one personally experiencing it, but my mind didn't know the difference that it felt every single thing that it felt. And so I go back to this irony of the way that humans choose sometimes to attack. I don't even want to use the word attack. It's not about attacking anything, but it's about knowing, it's about choosing wisely what it is that you are going to put your energy towards. Are you going to put your energy towards something that you know is actually going to end up in value, end up creating a difference, a noticeable difference, a difference that you can actually feel? Because I tell you, if we continue this way where we just keep putting band-aids over things and making excuses over things, just like two rights don't make a wrong. And I am going to touch a little bit on like the documentary True Christspiracy. I was actually talking about this yesterday with one of my friends as we were walking here in the jungle, before even watching that documentary, about how she was telling me about how in her classes of Reiki, the teacher let the other students know that whoever isn't vegan and chooses to eat animals, that they can, even though that's not the way that they go about with the Reiki. I mean, I'm just speaking from what she shared with me, that she gave them the option to pray over the food and pray over the animal and thank the animal for dying for it and for being on its plate dead. I'm not going to sugarcoat any of this, okay? Because I feel like we also sugarcoat so much just to not hurt people's feelings. But how many lives are dying just because someone's feelings doesn't want to be hurt and they don't want to accept the true reality of what it is that's going on? So I'm not sugarcoating anything for anyone anymore, and I haven't been for a while, and I'm not. Am I going to still be gentle? I'm going to still be gentle, but I'm not going to hold back the truth of what it is that we're doing. And so she was basically saying that they can have that option to pray over the dead animal on their plate and thank it for dying so that they can eat it, because they choose to eat these dead animals. And it's like, it kind of takes me back also to every single time, because I've been alkaline for years now. And people tell me to, oh, but like the Indians, they would go and hunt for their food and hunt animals, and they would pray over it, and they would respect the animal by saying their thank you for feeding them and for dying for them, and they would make sure that they would honor and respect the animal by eating all of it. And because of that, it was okay. Basically is what they're trying to say. That because they ate all the animal, because they prayed over it and they said thank you for dying for us, and blah 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 blah, that it was okay now. That it's okay now for something to have died. If we really come from our heart space, like honestly, it doesn't take so much for us to really go into our heart space, align our head and our heart, and realize that this is murder. This is murder. I live in Mexico, and when I'm driving by, literally the other day I saw it so like, what? Literally not just the other day, a couple weeks ago, a month ago, I don't know, doesn't matter. I went driving by a place and it said freshly killed, recently killed chicken. And it's like, I can't even explain to you what I felt, what I was thinking, knowing that someone just took a life right there in that place, and they're displaying it to the whole world that they just killed something. And they're offering that killing to someone, saying, hey, we just killed this. Come get it because it's fresh. Like if it's so much better because something just died. And it's like, what world are we living in where they have normalized, the killings of something that was created to exist for a purpose? And it's so contradicting, because if you go and you tell that someone who's there killing these animals, slaughtering these animals, or eating them, what if that was your family member? What if that was you? How would you like it that we go and we take you, we find you walking in the jungle, and we say, all right, that's our next kill, that's our next catch, that's our hunt, we're gonna hunt you, we're gonna hunt you. And it's gonna be okay, because we're gonna pray over you, we're gonna thank you for dying and killing and letting us kill you so that we can eat. We're gonna make sure that we eat your entire body. And it's gonna be okay that we killed you because of that. When you have a family, you have a family too, but we don't care. We don't think about your family that might even be just at the other end of you, and might hear you dying, might see you dying, is gonna feel you dying for sure, because we're all energy and we're all vibration and we're all a frequency. And that's why animals, they feel when their others are dying. They feel, they smell the blood, they hear the crying, they feel the emotions. They know when someone that they love and cared about and built a bond with doesn't come back. These animals are so intelligent. They are sentient beings. And it's like, oh, we do it in a way that's not going to hurt them. Says who? Says who? What are you? What is anyone to say, oh, it didn't hurt them? It was a humane way. We did it in the least harmful way to them. Unless you're the animal and you're going to speak to me and tell me that you're not feeling any pain or sadness, you have no right to speak for anything in that way, especially something of taking a life. This saying also, ignorance is bliss, is the most ignorant saying that there could be. The one who created this ignorance is bliss is the most ignorant being that there is. I'm not calling out anyone, actually. That's just an excuse. And I feel like it goes back to the excuse that I was even mentioning with my friend was sharing this with me, which many people have shared. I have gone through so much backlash, so much, oh, but this, oh, but that, oh, but why don't you this, oh, but they, but I've heard it all. I've heard it all. I started my journey of raising my consciousness and no longer ever being able to consume any death, being a part of any sacrifice. I'd say barely in 2018. Barely, because I existed my whole life like this, but it also served a purpose because I feel the difference. I've witnessed the difference within myself, how much more clarity, how much more focus, how much more connection I have to everything, because I've been cleansing my spirit. I've been cleansing my body from this death, from this sacrifice, and no longer trying to make an excuse for it. I was raised eating animals. I was raised not thinking any way like this. And I didn't use that as an excuse. I literally was the only one in my entire family bloodline. Literally. In my entire family bloodline, to be the one to say, I'm not eating that. I would go, whenever I would go over with my family, when they would have gatherings, I would literally bring my own food, because I knew that there was everything that was going to be there was going to be dead animal that I was not going to eat. I didn't care if I was the only one in my entire family. I didn't care if, and all of them were telling me, no, but Cyndiii this, no, but that, but where are you going to get your protein, but you're going to get sick, but this and blah, blah. No, 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 no. I had the most healthiest I've ever been in my entire life. I feel the most connected I've ever been in my entire life. And I had to be that one that's going to the root and not attacking these branches. And I have chills on my body right now. I seriously do. I know that so many times we could think I'm just one person. I'm just one person. And I feel like that's such a lack mentality too. And that's that's coming from a place of not living and standing in our full truth and power of who we are. Because we each hold a universe within us. We hold a whole universe within us that is made of trillions of beings in us, that is connected to everything that there is, that has roots that go further and deeper and stronger and wider, way more profound than any tree could. How could we ever think that we are just one and we don't matter? One person who is more in tune with themselves and their power and their connection to this source that lives and dwells within us and knows that it lives and dwells in everything else that exists and doesn't exist, that we can see and we can't see, that we may feel or we may not feel. One person in tune and aligned and living in resonance with this energy 2234 is way more powerful than millions who are not. So the next time that you think that you cannot make a difference by you making different choices, aligning yourself with what really resonates with you, not because somebody told you to, not because grandma and grandpa raised us this way, not because, and I'm not pointing the fingers at nobody. I'm not pointing the fingers at nobody. Your choice is your choice now. When you were younger, then fine. But now, you hold the responsibility. You are in control of your own choices. It's no more, oh, but it's because my parents this. Oh, but it's because my this and this. Oh, it's because this happened to me this time of my life. And no, 3 fingers are pointing right back at you. It's time for us to take responsibility over our own choices, over our own actions. Now. I don't care if you didn't take responsibility over your choices and your actions yesterday or 2 minutes ago. It doesn't matter. Now. The present moment. The gift is now. The gift is now. Worrying about something that we didn't do keeps us and holds us back from doing in the now, from being it now. Just like the saying too, which I love this one. The best time to have planted a tree was 100 years ago. The next best time is now. We're not late. We're not far behind. We can be if we think about it that way. But let's call back our power and know that we hold the power, and the perfect moment to start is now. 444, we have all the guidance, we have all the protection, we have all the tools that we need to lift everything back up from the roots, from the foundation up, not start at the top and build down. Nobody does that. Go and ask a construction worker where they're going to start. They're going to start at the base. They're going to start at the foundation and make sure that that foundation is strong enough for everything that it's going to need to hold up here. It's time for us to break down all these trees. Not literally. No. I take that back. No. It's time for us to get down to the roots of all of these weeds so that we can allow more trees to grow. And the roots of these weeds lies within each of us. It's not about going out and saying, hey, you have roots that are killing, that you have weeds that are killing my garden. No, you worry about your own garden. You go out, go search the roots that need to come out that are weeds growing within you. Don't worry about everything outside of you. I promise you, everything outside will change when you've changed, when you've come from a different place inside you. So this is a very 26-26. We're in Gregorian calendar 2026. This is the moment right now. This is the moment where now we flip that standard of 1,000 people to 1. Let's be the 1,000 to 1. You know, I think about it so many times that this exactly, that there's 1,000 people. There's one person trying to attack the million. And then after that one person has already been attacked, then everyone wants to be like, oh, blah, 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 and be there for what the one person had already been standing for. But what if we all gather with that one person? If we all unite, they have no power against us. It's like if you're trying to kill one, and I'm not talking about killing anything, okay? It's like if there's one fly bothering you, and you're here trying to get away from this one fly. You can get away from the one fly. But if there's 1,000 flies attacking you, you're gonna struggle, and more than likely, that fly is gonna take over. Those flies are gonna take over. I always think of weird movie scenes, like, I swear I should make like a little comic book or something. And my mind goes in so many weird like scenarios that could be out of a movie comedy scene. It was never not the time for us to stand together, for us to unite, because we are one. It's so ironic that they were able to separate everyone into thinking that they are just separate from each other, when we can never be separate. It's like, I always like to think of it in a way, let's say this flower. This flower, it grew from a seed. It grew from a seed. Let's say that seed is Source, the creator, the higher power of everything. And it grew this flower. And let's say we're this flower. We're all, this is Earth. Let's say this is Earth, and we're all on this flower of Earth. And we were grown from Source, the seed. If I were to take this petal off, would I no longer be a part of Source? Would I no longer be a part of the seed? No. The root of us is Source. Even if you separate all of these petals, they're still coming from the same source, the same gene, the same DNA. Even if it's separated, it's still the same. Even if I separated every single one of these petals and I threw it out into the jungle, I would still know that they're all connected to this one flower. Regardless of if they're spread out and they're disconnected physically from not being attached to each other anymore, they're still the flower. It still is the flower. And it's the same thing with us. You can't ever be separated, nor destroyed, nor detached from source, from each other. And that's what they've tried to do. It's like they've taken all of us apart and thrown us out into this big place we call Earth. And they told us, oh, you guys are not the same. You guys are all different. And we are. The irony is that we're equally as the same as we are different. That's what makes Source so beautiful, so incredible too. Creation is so incredible that how is it that we are the same? We're all made up of the same things. We all come from the same source, the same seed. But we're all still so different. It's amazing. It's contradicting in a sense. It's very contradicting. Like you're telling me that we're all the same. We're not separate. We're not better. We're not less than anybody or anything. We're all equal. But yet every person can tell me apart from another person. I have my own uniqueness that someone else has their own. It's like a movie. Everyone's a character. They're all a character. But we can distinguish every single character because they're all still different, even though they're all characters and they're all a part of the same movie. They're all a part of the same movie. But we also can tell their uniqueness. We can all see that they're all playing a role. We can all see that they all have their own purpose of being in the movie, of being who they are in that movie, of having their own uniqueness, of bringing their own touch, of bringing their own imagination, of bringing their own scripts. So the next time you think that you're just one, I remind you that you being in your power is more powerful than millions who aren't. And you can never be separated from this source. Even if you're alone, you're still a part of the whole. And you can never be detached or separated from that. This is my gentle reminder. This is probably, I want to say it's like one of the more gentler videos, but being sarcastic, because I know I just have to be straight up. I have to be straight up. I have to be honest. I've been beating around the bush for so many years already, trying to not hurt people's feelings, trying to not say things exactly as they are. But it's like, really, I mean, the animals aren't getting the sugarcoat side of it. The animals aren't getting a gentle touch to side of things of like, oh, you're gonna die right now. How do you even do that? How do you even do that? And it's like, we need to really snap out of this. We need to snap out of it. And it can't be no gentle, like, it's because you have a dead animal on your plate right now. It can't be that way no more. It can't. It just can't. People don't get it. People aren't getting it that way. I feel like we really need to get it. We need to really touch that heart space just for people to snap out. Like, hey, look at what you're doing. Look at what you've allowed yourself to believe is what you need in your body to thrive and to be nutrition, to to receive your nutrition, when in reality it's all lies. It's all lies. It's all lies. It's all lies so that you can feed into their business, their consumption, their it's all consumerism, and it's all program. It's all control. It's all to keep us disconnected from ourselves, because the food that we eat is what we are. You are what you eat, and the food that we eat disconnects us. It calcifies our pineal gland, and that's why you can't think clear. That's why you don't have strong intuition the way you should. That's why you can't focus. That's why you don't feel the connection with energy. That's why you don't feel your connection with yourself and with others, because of this disconnection of all this energy of sacrifice, of murder, of killings, of sadness, of all this that we are eating. You are what you eat. The energy is emotions are energy in motion. And when people choose to eat animals, they're eating the emotions of the animals, the way the animal lived, what the animal was eating, everything that the animal was feeling when it was dying. It goes so far and so deep. And that's why there's this disconnection within people who eat these dead animals. We're electromagnetic beings. We need electric food that is alive, that is filled with the sunlight, that has light energy. Not dead, not blood, not flesh. We're not carnivores. We don't chew the way a cow does. We don't chew the way a horse does. We don't chew that way. Our jaw is not made up that way to chew in that way. I'm just going to stop here because I'm very passionate about this. There's many videos to come where I can speak more on this. I feel like today was enough. So, just to remind you once more, one person who is connected to themselves and their power and the truth, and connected to the love that we are, is far more connected than millions who are not. Let's all be that one that is going towards the roots and not towards the branches. Let's all stand together. It's like playing tug of war. I'm last little scenario. I'm imagining tug of war, if it's like 1,000 people going against one person. Come on, there's no chance. And that's how it is right now, with one person attacking these branches of evil, as opposed to us flipping the scenario and being the 1,000, being the millions. And I don't want to say attacking, but really just standing in our truth and knowing we don't even have to pull the rope. We don't have to pull the rope. That's another thing with when you're standing in your truth. You don't have to move anything. You don't have to attack. You don't have to fight back. You don't need to say anything. You don't need to... nothing. You just need to stand in your truth. And mountains move for you. And together, we move mountains together. Much love and lots of blessings. Peace.